Coming up, I'm going to reveal 2 simple hacks that will protect your RV's hot and cold water systems and get all of this out of your hot water heater. In this video, I'm going to show you how to keep your RV water heater running in tip-top shape. And then I'm going to show you the absolute best way you can keep your water hoses and pipes from freezing while utilizing your RV in freezing conditions. There are several benefits to properly maintaining your water heater. Number 1, it sanitizes the water heater. Number 2, it descales the calcium from the water heater tank. And number 3, it's going to extend the life of your water heater. The supplies you will need for this project are as follows. You're going to need 6 gallons of distilled white vinegar. You're going to need a 3-foot garden hose leader, a GHT or garden hose thread to NPT or National Pipe Thread adapter, a hose valve connector, a funnel, a water hose rinse wand, an anode rod, a ratchet with an extension, and a 1/1/16 socket. And finally, plumber's tape. Now that we have the supplies, let's walk through the process. First, turn off the water heater and allow the water to cool down. After the water has cooled off, put your water system in the winterize or the bypass mode. Then you're going to want to open the temperature and pressure valve to release the pressure in the tank, and loosen the anode rod or the drain plug and allow the water to drain out of the tank. Now we are going to attach the hose to the drain hole. And when you are ready, you're going to make sure the hose is above the water heater, and you're going to pour the vinegar and close off the hose valve at the end. And don't forget to close the TNP valve at the top. We're going to let it set for at least 8 hours, and I recommend doing this process before you go to bed. In the morning, you're going to open up the hose valve, open up the TNP valve, and let the vinegar drain out. Then disconnect the hose leader and connect your rinse wand to a fresh water hose and flush out the remaining sediment from the tank. You are now ready to replace your anode rod. You're going to wrap plumber's tape in such a fashion so that it will not unravel as you tighten it. Then replace the anode rod in the drain hole and tighten. Take the water system out of winterize or bypass mode, and once you see water coming from the TNP valve, close it. You now have a clean and descaled water heater. Nobody likes to RV in freezing temperatures, but we all know weather can be quite unpredictable in certain situations. Not to mention, sometimes you may need to use your RV during freezing temperatures when the situation dictates, especially as full-time RVers. There are many different ways to keep the water spigot, water hose, and water pipes from freezing, but most of them are quite cumbersome to set up. Not to mention, they can be a little pricey when you add everything up. What I'm about to show you is not only the least expensive way to keep everything from freezing, it is the best way. The hack we will be using involves this simple little device called the freeze miser. It operates like the thermostat in your home. After installation, it senses the internal water temperature arriving to the faucet, not the air temperature. It activates when the water temperature drops below 37 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius. No water is released until the activation temperature is sensed, which means the freeze miser is on guard 24/7. Along with the device, here are the items you will need for this setup. A hose Y connector and a 3-foot hose leader, the same one we used for the last project. To set it up, all we need to do is connect the Y connector to the city water inlet, connect the city water to the female end, and the 3-foot hose leader to the other male end. And finally, screw the freeze miser to the other end of the hose leader. I've pulled mine straight out of the freezer so you can see how this works. When we open the hose or the valve to the hose leader, the water will immediately flow until it senses the temperature of the water. Because the water temperature is above 37 degrees, it will automatically close off the water flow. Now, you are ready to brave the freezing temperatures in your RV. The beauty of this system is that for around 40 bucks, not only do you have the total protection for your pipes and hoses in your RV, the spigot at the campground is also protected without additional equipment. The cherry on top is that you don't have to store a bunch of equipment. That is all for this week's episode. For more tips, tricks, and hacks, check out these videos right here. Until next time, see you later.